Madam Falake, I brought my betrothed to shop.
Hey.
Because I've heard only good things about your space.
Prince Adeni, welcome. Welcome, Your Royal Highness. Prince, your betrothed is very beautiful.
Thank you.
Very fine.
So can I see what you have?
Yes, so you can see lots of things. These are highly sought after fabrics in Lagos. I actually picked them myself. Look at this one.
Very factory, huh?
And I can as well take your measurement.
Implausible.
Eh?
Preposterous. Psychotomimetic aggrandizement. Why did you have to touch me? Did you tell me before touching me?
Darling, is this how you allow non-royals touch you?
Babe, I'm so sorry. It won't happen.
Oh my gosh.
It's okay.
I believe she knows better now.
I know better.
She touched me.
She
didn't tell me.
Who dey shop? Oh, I don't come.
You have to go back.
What's it come be this? Falake, come on this person for road, may I pass?
The prince and his betrothed are in there and wish not to be disturbed.
Prince and Ese. Go inside, tell Ese say na me. Me and Ese na friend.
Ese is not here.
What you talk? Ese not there.
They wish to shop in private. Other shoppers can come back later.
Me I not be shopper. I dey work here.
Since when, Madam Becky?
Now my friend I call me, say make I come help am with palace people. Make you go ask am now.
Wait here.
Prince, I dey greet you. I dey greet you and your...
Darling.
I dey look for Ese. They say the two of una dey here. Where is she?
My eyes is on my darling. We don't wish to be disturbed. So this is lovely. I love this.
Okay. I go personally supply the palm wine and pepper mix for the occasion. Prince, you trust me now? Okay.
Okay. Package this for us.
Yeah.
Teacher jọ̀wọ́, a fẹ́ lọ wá nǹkan jẹ.
Every day, life presents hopes, dreams, and challenges. Challenges that can become successes with a little help. Because a little help can empower you to go from despair to celebration. A little help can keep you going until the race is won. A little help can turn bundles of anxiety into a bundle of joy. And with Glow Data, you get much more than just a little help. You get the biggest data deals in town to make every day glow with small wins and big wins. Dial *777# to select your Glow Data plan.
I remember the time everything happened. Wow.
Progress, come!
Everywhere. People are using phones to pay for things. Sharp, sharp. I don't know how it works, so. But they say it's superb, eh? Now my mommy sells her bole in the big city too. Big customers like Ogabi, they buy from her and pay her fiam. And when Brother Jimmy sent us money, I will never forget our mommy dance day. And then she cashed it out. I always dreamed to be part of big things. Now, Big things are part of us.
Just dial *995# for G-Kala by Money Master, the easy way to master your money.
Every day, life presents hopes, dreams, and challenges. Challenges that can become successes with a little help. Because a little help can empower you to go from despair to celebration. A little help can keep you going until the race is won. A little help can turn bundles of anxiety into a bundle of joy. And with Glow Data, you get much more than just a little help. You get the biggest data deals in town to make every day glow with small wins and big wins. Dial *777# to select your Glow Data plan.
Teacher jọ̀wọ́, a fẹ́ lọ wá nǹkan jẹ.
Tega, my friend.
Ashake.
Fine boys. Oh yeah, back enjoy ara yín.
Thank you, Ma.
Yeah, welcome. Don't worry, you can call me Auntie Ashake.
Auntie Ashake.
Let's get familiar with her.
Alai, what happened? Now for inside barrack, you want this one.
Kilo de? These children don't they like biscuits?
We like it, but Mommy.
Yeah, Ben.
You don't mind now?
Kilo shele.
You don't mind this one? I think you no get sense. Now I ain't go teach you sense. You know, normally, all these children not good when they just they collect something now, shop. They must wait for permission from me.
Really?
Yes, because life don't really change. Not be say I don't trust you. To say I near you, I want for wind your ear like granite stone.
Kilo de to yi.
The throw fish.
Kilo le to isogun la ye ni. Tega.
No, so they go do for when I not there. Country not be as it be like before again.
Mommy, I thought Daddy said should not be speaking broken English in front of us.
You go show up your mouth. I mean, I'll break your head for jail.
Tega.
If this one, what it be?
It's okay now. They are small children now.
Your dad is there for you now?
No.
Come on, drink your mineral.
Tega, be calming down. Are you little? They are just small children now.
What small children? Then this was small time now. They don't go marry white people.
That one can go, you know.
Can we go and play outside?
Don't play any play. Don't play.
Mommy, please.
I said, make you wait. Don't please me. And your face how they look. Oh.
Why you they do like old soldier for these children? Now so you they train them.
If you know hold their tight, there is two. They go down break this TV stuff for there so. Room. I mean, don't mind them. As we don't work everywhere for us, and I say, may I breed their combo, may they come play with your children so that all of them go there for the same age grade. You know, sir, they don't they smile. Now play, they follow them play. They like children.
Children, you want to watch TV?
Yes.
You want cartoon, Abi?
Yes.
Let me see which one they have.
Let
me see which one they have this afternoon.
Ashake, I ask you a question. You not even answer. They ask you about your children. You they carry me, they enter TV.
These children, they say they won't watch cartoon. So I want see waiting this all this channel what they get for them. This
not be me bring the come.
This one go.
Yes, ma'am.
It's okay, Abi?
Yes.
The children, they not really they like this one. They ask you something.
Tega. Tega. If you are not my friend, I will say you came here this afternoon to come and mock me.
As I can bring mockery.
Abi?
I they ask you about children. What if you don't understand?
Have you seen me with any child before?
Have you seen me with any child before? Rume. Let me now, you just see me with them. You know them before. You don't see them before.
I know, I never see them before.
So which one come be fight on top small matter? Which one be If now I'm allowed for this table now, Ogufe, you don't swallow 4 plates. Simple question, now you carry me the Rimaro since.
Wah, this woman will no come frustrate my life here. My children, they come. Then they come.
Now, waiting for talk. Where they go far. I go feel wait. I go say yes, take a get patience. Which one be they carry me they talk? I'm saying not be one of all those women for us. We go send their children message. They don't forget the common 15 naira to take enter na pep.
I beg, wait here at the talk. Wait here at the talk, self.
I said my children are still on the way. They are still coming. I'm expecting the Lord's blessing. Koma pa mi ma yo mi lẹ́nu.
Don't be now like that now. Sure. No verse, okay, no verse.
No verse again. Kò sí wàhálà, ṣebí you came here to show off your children, àbí? O wá fa àwọn ọmọ Yomi, àbí?
Ruben, when I come with mommy, come. Hey, leave TV. Come say thank you, mommy.
Thank you,
Oh, God,
ọmọ alálùbáríkà o.
Not too so,
Don't worry.
Say, mommy.
Ṣó dàdí ìgbà tán bá sẹ̀ mí ń gbò lẹ́nu.
Sure, be shy.
Ọjọ́ ọmọ alálùbáríkà, go and sit down.
Children too, I mean, no.
Go and watch cartoon.
So now let you go give me naira.
Let's see. I don't they look for you.
Madam Vicky, good evening, ma. What can I do for you?
What do you still they do for here? School never closed.
It has, ma. I just wanted to finish this before heading home.
Now so walk. Now you sabi. Another woman don't collect Denny for your hand.
Did something happen to Prince Denny? Is he all right?
You dey here, they do love one titi. Denny don't carry another woman.
Prince Denny? My prince? That's not possible.
The thing when I take my 2 koro I see for Folake shop.
There must be an explanation for it.
They say the woman, he come from royal family from Jebako. And maybe because you no get royal blood.
Well, that explains it. She's a visitor, and his father has saddled him with the responsibility to take care of her.
See, open your eyes. What did I talk? Open your eyes well.
My eyes are open.
But you know what here?
That's because I know what Denny went through to be with me.
What did he went through?
That's neither here nor there. The point is, he wouldn't throw it all away.
Anyway, me, I don't talk my own.
And I appreciate it. But I trust him.
Oh. Now, overconfidence. Now make February no complete. So. Me, I don't talk my own.
It's nothing, ma.
Teacher jọ̀wọ́, a fẹ́ lọ wá nǹkan jẹ.
Ears that do not listen to advice, accompanying the head when it is chopped off.
What do you want me to say?
Ukomi, don't you mind the way people are talking?
About what?
That I don't have children for you. Eh? Are you going to allow them to be talking like that?
Whatever they are talking about. I have children from other wives. Tigiba farabale, eyabale, farabale. Your own time will come.
I should wait for my own time.
Ben.
Till which year?
Kabisi, I'm worried. Ẹ̀rù bà mí o.
You need not be. You worry yourself too much.
It's more than sowing wild oats, my king. What if our son has been charmed?
He's the lawyer.
We have been waiting for you. My son.
Yes. Watch you.
Powered by Glow.
Teacher jọ̀wọ́, a fẹ́ lọ wá nǹkan jẹ. Teacher jọ̀wọ́, a fẹ́ lọ wá nǹkan jẹ. Ọmọ onírẹsì ti dé. Ọbẹ̀ rẹ̀ sì ta sánsán. Àṣàkẹ́ Alákẹ́. Ọmọ onírẹsì ti dé. Teacher jọ̀wọ́, a fẹ́ lọ wá nǹkan jẹ.
Every Nigerian wants to see transparency in the collation of election results. To achieve this, INEC has introduced a dedicated public election results viewing portal known as the INEC Results Viewing Portal, IREV. Here are some benefits of the portal. 1. Enable Nigerians to view polling unit results in real time as voting ends on election day. 2. It enables reduced misinformation from some fake news portals on the internet. 3. It will also strengthen the election management process and enhance transparency of the system. Viewing election results is now as easy as ABC by following these steps. 1. Visit inecelectionresults.ng.com. 2. Click on Create New Account using your Gmail address. 3. Fill in your details on the form provided and click Sign In. 4. Provide your state of origin and click on Continue. 5. Activate your account with the email sent to you via the email address provided on the form. 6. Check your email and correctly copy out the activation code, which will then be entered into the text box provided on the portal. 7. Click Activate. 8. You will then be logged into the portal and you can now select the election results you wish to view. You can also use the filter button to make the search easier, and voila! You can now monitor election results in real time. With IREV, every Nigerian can be part of the entire election process. Your vote counts. Use it wisely. INEC, making your votes count. Consolidating our democracy. This message is supported by the European Union's support to democratic governance in Nigeria, EU SDGN.
Men do not like overconfident women. Don't touch me without my permission.
I'm a playful guy and I do get carried away sometimes.
You are selfish, manipulative, and you are a narcissist.
After all I've done for you.
What have you done for me?
You actually called me barren.
You know my mom doesn't know any better, right?
You say that now, but then when you see your mother, you start to act like you're deaf and dumb. You were supposed to be more careful.
I've been.
Clearly not enough.
A country endowed with abundant natural resources. One that recognizes that its core strength lies in its massive human capital and its huge population, the fulcrum of its enormous manpower reserve. This is a country that belongs to all Nigerians, irrespective of tribe, language, or religion. And that is why the federal character principle is central to Nigeria's unity, by ensuring balance, fairness, and equity in recruitment into the federal public service and the distribution of national resources. And that is the golden rule for those vested with the responsibility of enforcing that principle at the Federal Character Commission. The mandate is to build the ideal Nigeria, a nation that is fair to all Nigerians.
Latest entrant, latest technology. Welcome to Intel 4G LTE Advanced and experience super fast internet access today. Visit intel.com.ng or any of our stores in Lagos, Abuja, and Port Harcourt to get started. Intel. Live more.
Without discretion and thoughtfulness, bad social media users spread rumors and fake news without verification. But good social media users stop, reflect, and verify information before sharing it. Be a good social media user. Stop the spread of fake news. Verify the authenticity of your source and use social media responsibly for a better Nigeria. This message is brought to you by the Nigerian Television Authority, NTA, in collaboration with the National Orientation Agency.
an ambience of love is really great. And hey, it has been said time and time again, and in different ways, that love makes the world go round. With that aura, I welcome you to another time on Newsline. I am Jennifer Igwe. We have stories today touching every aspect of life. Now, have you heard of resource factor, RH? Most people who have the RH factor are RH positive, and those who do not are RH negative. Are you aware your blood type can affect fertility and pregnancy? And when it comes to the RH, interesting. We have a feature that will help you better understand. Now, fathers and mothers are crucial in the upbringing and development of a child. Very important. When it comes to precise details concerning children, however, there is a general belief that mothers are often better informed. How true is this? Our correspondent interacted with some parents and her findings. You need to hear. You also need to stay tuned to find out why we still have out-of-school children in Nigeria and efforts to address this anomaly. Plus, how people did not allow challenges deem their celebration of love and in diverse ways. And as is a tradition on Newsline, let's kick off with the news segment. Claire Adelabu Abdurazak in Abuja is ready. Claire, over to you.
Good evening, Jennifer. And talking about out-of-school children, it's mostly, fueled still by insecurity issues. But I know that efforts are being made by the different state governments to, address that issue. But we'll look out for what you have, and of course, hear the solutions that may be preferring from your end. All right, welcome to Abuja and to the news. President Muhammadu Buhari calls on African Union AU member countries to strengthen early warning systems to rein in conflicts on the continent. The president also urges all AU member states to ratify the African Continental Free Trade Area EFCC agreement. Nigerian positions and interventions on these issues were convened by the president during separate meetings at the ongoing 36th AU summit in Addis Ababa, Ethiopia. President Buhari leveraged the theme on acceleration of the African Continent Free Trade Area AFCFTA implementation to emphasize Nigeria's commitment to AFCFTA, having signed, ratified and deposited the instrument at the African Union Commission. President Buhari urges all member states of the AUC and the Secretariat of AFCFTA to continue to support the implementation of the agreement and nudge on member states that have not yet ratified the agreement to do so. At the high-level side event, an early warning within the framework of the African Union Peace and Security Council and the Committee of Intelligence and Security Services in Africa, CISA, hosted by President Theodore Mbasogo of Equatorial Guinea. President Buhari notes that timely information sharing is vital to successful early warning and response processes. Speaking through the National Security Advisor, Major General Babagana Munguno, the president notes that when member states deny credible early warning signals of impending crisis, they miss opportunities to address conflict situations before they escalate. And Nigeria has pledged continued support to international organizations providing humanitarian assistance to citizens impacted by insecurity in the northeast region of the country. President Muhammadu Buhari made this pledge when he granted audience to the Director General of International Organization for Migration, Antonio Vitorino, in Addis Ababa, Ethiopia, on the margins of the 36th AU summit. Our State House correspondent at the Mosambo reports that the president also granted audience to his Somalian counterpart, Hassan Sheikh Mahmoud.
President Hassan Sheikh Mohamud of Somalia visited the Nigerian leader to formally appreciate Nigeria's support to Somalia, dating back to the deployment of Nigerian peacekeepers to ensure stability in the restive country. He said Somalians will not forget the sacrifices of the Nigerian peacekeepers who died in the line of duty and those who were injured while risking their lives to bring peace to his country. President Buhari and his guests exchanged views on how to counter the propaganda and threats of terrorist organizations such as Boko Haram and Al-Shabaab. Receiving the Director General of the International Organization of Migration, IOM, the President promised that the federal government will continue to partner with humanitarian organs in Nigeria to make their work more effective and efficient. He lauded IOM's activities in the northeast and northwest regions of the country, noting that their staff have often braced the difficult terrain to provide assistance to those in need. President Buhari urged the international community not to neglect those living on the fringes of Lake Chad who have lost their means of livelihood because of the impact of climate change and the monumental shrinking of Lake Chad from its original state. Giving a briefing on its projects in the country, the IOM Director General Antonio Vitorino told the President that his organization is partnering with the Borno State government on strengthening its humanitarian response capacity, including the reintegration, rehabilitation, and resettlement programs of the IDPs. He thanked the federal government of Nigeria for the unflinching support to IOM operations in the country. Earlier, at the invitation of Prime Minister Abiy Ahmed of Ethiopia, President Buhari participated at a high-level event on reinvigorating Pan-Africanism for a changing world held at the African Leadership Excellence Academy in the outskirts of Addis Ababa. The forum featured presentation of papers, lectures, and panel discussions on the recalibration of Pan-Africanism in the 21st century, as well as lessons learned from the African Union's peer review mechanism.
We cannot let constructed divides, geographic boundaries, and political ideologies hijack our Pan-African ideas. The crisis in global leadership calls for Africans to step up collectively and think beyond our confines. The changing world calls for a new brand of leaders that are agenda setters, creative thinkers, and solution makers.
At the end of the forum, President Buhari and other participating heads of state and government planted trees inside the African Leadership Excellence Academy to showcase the success and progress of Ethiopia's Green Legacy Initiative. From Addis Ababa, Ethiopia, Adamu Sambu, NTA News.
And back home, it is a birth of a new dawn for the tourism sector in Nigeria as the Nigerian Tourism Development Authority Act 2022, passed by the National Assembly, gets Mr. President's assent. Disclosing this to journalists in Abuja, the Director General NTA, Faransho Kuka, said with the new act, the tourism industry will witness new initiatives that will sanitize this sector and, of course, generate huge revenue.
Since the enactment of the Nigerian Tourism Development Corporation Act of 1992, it has not gone through any form of review or amendment despite several years of social, political, economic changes in the country. The act, according to tourism experts, like most laws made under the military regime, is characterized by so many inadequacies and shortcomings. With the assent by President Muhammadu Buhari, key players said tourism will now play an important role in the growth and development of the economy, like it is done in other countries. The Director General, Nigerian Tourism Development Authority, Faransho Kuka, speaks further on the highlights and benefits of the new law.
The new bill is speaking to, contemporary issues in tourism. It's not a draconian law. It's about collaboration between states and the federal government in raising revenues within the tourism industry. It's about the Tourism Trust Fund, which is now a vehicle that we use to invest in tourism assets. It's a renovation of an old law simply in the interest of the business, the industry.
This new law comes up with the Conventions and Visitors Bureau, which every thriving country with tourism, every country that thrives to be good with tourism, has to have. It's best practice.
With the act, the Nigerian Tourism Development Corporation, NTDC, will now be known as the Nigerian Tourism Development Authority, NTDA. Oyinaya Kalo Oka, NTA News.
And News Just Insights Vice President Yemi Osinbajo says improving the welfare of citizens by investing in the health and well-being of women and children in particular remains paramount to the Buhari administration. Now, the Vice President spoke at Ikberuremo, Ikene local government area of Ogun State, where he inaugurated 2 federal government human capital development projects. SIDA's correspondent, Chude Unifade, was there.
And to the glory of the Almighty God.
The 100-bed mother and child hospital is located at Ikberuremo, Ogun State. At the inauguration, Vice President Yemi Osinbajo says the projects symbolized the tremendous progress the federal government has made in achieving the sustainable development goals and promoting the health and welfare of the people.
The Mother and Child Center itself is directly linked to the achievement of SDG 3 on quality health and well-being for all, as well as other cross-cutting SDGs. The fact that the project was delivered so promptly underscores for all of us the government's recognition of the importance of healthcare facilities. This hospital is indeed an investment in the future, a testament to the women and children all over our state, indeed all families of Ogun State, that their well-being is our #1 priority.
The Vice President at the inauguration of our Skills Acquisition Center, also located in Ikberuremo, explains that the federal government, in collaboration with states, has ensured the provision of places for the development of human capital.
In the last few years, the federal government has also taken several steps to improve the quality of life of our citizens. We have increased access to education, promoted sustainable agriculture, and improved infrastructure. Our objective has always been to provide opportunities for young people to have well-paying jobs. No young person should go through the frustration, the needless frustration of joblessness. This is why we have ensured that we provide, in collaboration with states and local governments, places for the development of human capital.
Other ongoing projects under the Sustainable Development Goals in Ikene local government area include the construction of 250-bed mother and child hospital, Ikene, the construction of 36 classrooms at the Mayfair School, Ikene, and another skill acquisition center at Ilishan. Vice President Osinbajo says government continues to make efforts towards attaining the United Nations Sustainable Development Goals, noting that the projects were implemented by the Sustainable Development Goals Office in the presidency. Jude Onifade, NTA News.
And multiple auto crashes early this Sunday morning occurred around Kara Bridge on the outward section of the Lagos-Ibadan Expressway, with 35 persons involved and 8 injured. A statement from the Federal Road Safety Corps Ogun Sector Command says 14 vehicles, including 1 trailer, 4 trucks, 2 Toyota buses, among others, were involved in the accident, suspected to be due to brake failure and overspeeding on the part of one of the truck drivers. The injured victims have been taken to the Accident Emergency Center of Jota for treatment, while FRSC operatives, in conjunction with men of the Nigerian police, are still on ground managing the situation for free flow of traffic. Now, the All Progressive, President Muhammadu Buhari this Sunday, in a video recorded from Addis Ababa, appealed to Nigerians for further patience as government takes appropriate measures to ease hardship caused by some government policies. Let's take a listen.
Fellow Nigerians, God has once again brought us to another season of general elections across the country. I am therefore calling on all of you to exercise your franchise in a peaceful atmosphere. I am calling on specifically our traditional rulers, religious leaders, and parents to warn their followers and wards alike to not allow themselves to be used by a few to foment trouble. I want to assure you that the government has taken adequate security measures to allow everyone to come out and cast their votes. I am therefore appealing to everyone to give them the necessary support. Fellow Nigerians, I want to use this opportunity to once again thank you for electing me to be your president on 2 occasions. I am not a contestant in this election, but my party, the All Progressive Congress, has a candidate in the person of Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu. As I mentioned before, Tinubu is a true believer in Nigeria, who loves the people and the development of our country. I am calling on all of you to vote Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu. He is reliable, and I trust he will build on our achievements. Finally, I want to once again assure you that I am fully aware of the current hardship you are facing as a result of some policies of the government which are meant to bring overall improvement to the country. I am appealing to you to exercise further patience as we take appropriate measures to ease these hardships. God willing, there will be light at the end of the tunnel. Thank you, and God bless the Federal Republic of Nigeria.
And that was President Muhammadu Buhari's video message to Nigerians and, of course, to all APC supporters all the way from Addis Ababa in Ethiopia. And you're watching the news on Newsline tonight. Let's take a short break. The news returns in just a moment.
Haruna, Bisi, Akman, Unduka, how I want to do on election day? On election day, I go take my PVC. When I retire, they vote to. I broom, I go put my hand over Tinubu. On election day, I go take my PVC. When I retire, they vote to. I broom, I go put my hand over Tinubu.
People of Nigeria, make we all come out on election day and vote Asiwaju Bola Tinubu as president. Make Nigeria for better. Make you put your hand for APC. If party will show broom. Not forget, oh, now broom you go put your hand in. Bam!
On election day, I go take my PVC. When I retire, they vote to. I go put my hand over Tinubu.
The National Universities Commission, NUC, has approved Abroad Business School, 13 Osuntokun Avenue, Old Bodija, Ibadan, for postgraduate and undergraduate degree programs. Abroad Business School takes off immediately with 2022-2023 admissions. Available postgraduate programs: business administration, finance, banking and finance, human resource management, labor and industrial relations. Also available professional and undergraduate degree programs in economics and management sciences, social and management sciences, humanities and social studies, basic and applied sciences, 1 year intensive university foundation courses, and 1 year overseas pathway foundation. Application forms available at Abroad Business School, 13 Osuntokun Avenue, Old Bodija, Ibadan. Also obtainable online, www.abroadbs.edu.ng. For further inquiries, call 070-357-97660 or 070-690-86779. Abroad, a vision in action.
Solution for we country, man. Food go ya food for we nation. Naija go walk, walkie go go. Article we don't go out. Our country go safe again, man. Naija. Vote who get recovery plan for Nigeria. Vote Atiku and Okowa 2023. PDP. Power to the people.
Esther, you're late again.
Esther.
Airtel, the smartphone network.
It don't come. Population and housing census. It don't come. Oh yeah, everybody get ready, well.
On the 29th of March to the 2nd of April 2023, the National Population Commission will be conducting a comprehensive population and housing census to generate reliable, sustainable, and up-to-date data needed for policy formulation, security, national planning, and development.
Population and housing census. It go make life better, eh? Because na him our government go dey use.
National Population and Housing Census 2023. It's your civic responsibility. Please support it. The 2023 Population and Housing Census is being conducted by the National Population Commission, NPC. Personal data assistants, PDAs, will be deployed countrywide for the census exercise. Everything will be done digitally. Nigeria's 2023 Population and Housing Census. On the 29th of March to the 2nd of April 2023. You count. Be counted.
The Honorable Minister of State for Petroleum Resources, Chief Timi Silva CON, on behalf of Mr. President and Minister of Petroleum Resources, Muhammadu Buhari GCFR, invites stakeholders of the Nigerian oil and gas industry to the groundbreaking ceremony of the Oloibiri Museum and Research Center, OMRC, and the groundbreaking ceremony of the NCDMB Conference Hotel Project Swali Yanagua. Date, Tuesday, February 21, 2023. Time, 9 a.m. The Oloibiri Museum and Research Center is being developed by the Petroleum Technology Development Fund, PTDF, the Nigerian Content Development and Monitoring Board, NCDMB, Shell Petroleum Development Company, SPDC, and the Bayelsa State Government. Signed, Engineer Simbi Kesie Wabute, Executive Secretary, Nigerian Content Development and Monitoring Board, NCDMB.
Welcome back. This is the Network News on Newsline. Now, the All Progressives Congress Presidential Campaign Council says it has stumbled on a website it calls www.igbotimes Magazine Online to disseminate false and malicious information about Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu, the presidential candidate of the All Progressives Congress. Now, the site claims that some EFCC operatives, on the order of Mr. President Muhammadu Buhari, raided the underground home of Tinubu, that 400 billion of the new notes were recovered from there. Now, the story the campaign council claims lacked the essentials: when, where, and how ingredients of any news story went viral. Now, the dubious website, in its fake story, claimed investigations are still ongoing as to which bank manager made such money available to Tinubu. It then admits its own absurdity when it wrote that the money recovered in Tinubu's underground house is equivalent to the entire money printed for the whole Nigeria by the CBN. The council wonders if Tinubu alone has all the money printed by Godwin Emefiele's CBN. How can one account for the billions distributed by the Apex Bank to all the banks, including operators of POS and the public? The Presidential Campaign Council alleges the site on Twitter and Facebook appears to have links with the opposition party, when in another fake news claimed the federal government planned to borrow money from kidnappers in Kaduna because they have more money, more than the country, crediting the misleading news to Alhaji Lai Mohammed, the Minister of Information and Culture. Now, the council's wish is to warn Nigerians to be wary of every piece of news emanating from the site and its social media handlers. Meanwhile, the attention of the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, EFCC, has also been drawn to a report circulating in the social media claiming that operatives of the commission raided the home of Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu, presidential candidate of the All Progressives Congress APC in the forthcoming presidential elections, and recorded a humongous sum of 400 billion naira. Now, the Commission wishes to state that no such operation was carried out by the EFCC. The public is hereby enjoined to disregard the report as fake news. To other stories, the Southeast Council of Traditional Rulers is urging its people to ignore the sit-at-home order and massively go out to vote for their preferred candidates. Now, this is contained in a communique issued at the end of its first 2023 Executive Committee meeting held in the Old Eastern Nigeria House of Chiefs in Enugu. The communique re-emphasized the role of traditional rulers in the maintenance of peace and order and appeals to security agencies to ensure a safe and conducive atmosphere in the forthcoming exercise. The council charged monarchs in the region to take control of their domains and ensure everyone is safe before, during and after the national event through effective collaboration with security agencies. APC Governor's Emergency Meeting Sorry about that mistake. Now, an emergency meeting between the National Working Committee of the All Progressives Congress and the Progressive Governors has appealed to President Muhammadu Buhari to intervene on the issue of the Naira redesigned policy. Now, this was the resolution of the meeting held at the National Secretariat of the party in Abuja. Salihu Gwanara was there.
Ahead of the Saturday presidential election this week, a crucial stakeholders meeting took a position on the currency redesign policy that is generating mixed reactions from Nigerians. National Chairman of APC, Abdullahi Adamu, at the end of a closed-door engagement that lasted about 5 hours, said the meeting resolved on one agenda.
And this resolution is without prejudice whatsoever to the case that is lying in the Supreme Court at this point in time. That we urge the Attorney General of the Federation and the Governor of the Central Bank of Nigeria to respect the Supreme Court's order of interim injunction, which is still assisting. That the meeting is urging His Excellency, Mr. President, to intervene in resolving the issues that are causing these great difficulties to the people and to the economy.
12 APC governors and 2 deputy governors attended the meeting. Meanwhile, APC presidential candidate Bola Ahmed Tinubu also had a closed-door engagement with the leadership of the party in Abuja. Saliu Gwanara, NTA News.
The presidential candidate of the People's Democratic Party, the PDP, Alhaji Atiku Abubakar, will get sufficient votes from the grassroots. This was the position of members of the Greater Nigeria for Better initiative at the end of a meeting with the Executive Committee of the PDP Independent Grassroots Campaign Council held in Abuja. Timothy Yusuf has details of the report and other engagements of the PDP Presidential Campaign Council.
With the presidential election coming up this weekend, the PDP Independent Grassroots Campaign Council for Atiku Kowa 2023 has embarked on last-minute votes drive for the victory of Atiku Abubakar. Atiku's promise to pursue his 5-point covenant with the people if voted into office is real. Therefore, the need for the people to vote the PDP presidential candidate and his running mate, Dr. Ifeanyi Okowa, the Presidential Campaign Council emphasized.
Already, the grassroots women and youth here, my children, they are assured that they are going to vote for PDP.
The Atiku Kowa Rescue Movement, the meeting believes, is in line with the desire of the national chairperson of the Independent Grassroots Campaign Council, Ambassador Fatima Mohammed Goni's hope for a greater Nigeria.
For your sake, we will all vote for Atiku.
The group extended love to more than 500 women and youth from the FCT and Nasarawa State through donation of some food items. Meanwhile, the national coordinator of the Atiku Kowa Campaign Council for Persons with Disabilities, Senator Hayatu Bello Gwarzo, at the council's North Central Town Hall meeting, is seeking support for Atiku Abubakar following his genuine desire to move Nigeria forward.
he made a promise that he's going to carry us along in his government. In fact, he promised to give us 5% of appointment into his government.
He enjoined them to vote Atiku Abubakar as the next president of Nigeria. Timothy Yusuf, NTA News.
And the Nigeria Police Force says it is engaging its personnel in a training session on how to checkmate thuggery and anti-vices before, during and after the exercise in Cross River State. Now, this effort is geared towards checking violence in the upcoming 2023 general elections to allow for credibility and peaceful polls. Oba Hyacinth reports that the trained officers were drawn from Akwa Ibom and Cross River State's command.
Drilled on the role of police officers in election security management, crowd control, and respect for human rights.
I think everybody here now knows his rights. The public there, they have their rights. We also will have our own rights. We are now equipped on how to deal with the public, in a more matured way. The area of alternative dispute resolution also was addressed also.
As an organization that's saddled with the responsibility of training police and making them well prepared for whatever assignments they are being sent to do, we felt it to be proper to kind of give them a pre-orientation before the process of the elections.
With less than a week before the commencement of the 2023 general election, officers say the training is apt and timely in preventing all forms of electoral malpractices capable of truncating the integrity of the electoral process. In Calabar, Oba Hyacinth, NTA News.
And the Police Service Commission has appointed national, zonal and state coordinators to monitor the conduct of police personnel on election duty before, during and after the general elections. Now, the Commission, in a statement, also approved the participation of about 360 of its staff to be led by Chairman of the Commission, Justice Clara Bata Ogumbi, and the federal commissioners in the process across 36 states. The Commission warns that it will sanction any police officer involved in any form of misconduct before, during and after the elections, as it is determined to ensure that policemen on election duties conduct themselves within the approved rules. And Comptroller General of Immigration Isa Idris has approved the immediate redeployment of 41 senior officers ahead of the presidential and National Assembly elections next weekend. In a statement by the Service Public Relations Officer, Tony Akuneme, 11 Assistant Controllers General in charge of various zones and 30 state controllers are affected. The posting order, signed on behalf of the Controller General by his deputy, Usman Babangida, shows that states hosting borders between Nigeria and neighboring countries like Yobe, Adamawa, Sokoto, Katsina, Zamfara, Oyo, Lagos, that's the same border, and Cross River states are particularly affected. Now, the statement further indicates that Gombe, Kaduna, Kano, Plateau, Bauchi, the FCT, Nasarawa, Edo, Bayelsa, Rivers, that's the Marine Command, and Anambra and Enugu, among others, will also welcome new controllers. The deployments are with immediate effect. And stakeholders in sports management and development in Gombe State are drumming up support for Governor Muhammadu Inuwa Yaya's second-term bid. And our correspondent Abbas Meikano has details.
That was the Delta State Judiciary being honored as the best in the implementation of the Administration of Criminal Justice Law, ACJL. The ACJL is an offshoot of the Administration of Criminal Justice Act, a legal instrument enacted in 2015 to promote reforms in the arrest, investigation, remand, prosecution, conviction, sentencing, and rehabilitation of suspects, ensuring substantial justice for them and their victims.
This is 2023, 8 years of passing the Administration of Criminal Justice Act. The correctional centers remain congested with awaiting trial population. That's not how it's supposed to be. So we need to begin to think about measures for reducing the awaiting trap population of our prisons.
Before the coming of Aja and now, there's a whole lot of difference because even the law enforcement agencies, the police, have actually improved.
So far, 35 states plus the Federal Capital Territory are now implementing the people-friendly aspects of the law, such as the police and court duty solicitor scheme, the protection of minors, non-custodial sentencing, and day-to-day conduct of criminal trials.
Where we are having challenge majorly is on the area of case management and abolition of lay prosecutors.
Going forward, the judiciary, law enforcement, and civil society organizations are tasking respective governments to establish the enduring structures that would make the Nigerian judiciary truly and indeed the last hope of the common man. In Abuja, Olabodarewa, NTA News.
All right, we sincerely apologize for the mix-up in that report. We ought to have brought you sports lover solidarity. But here is sports update now. And Nigeria's Flying Eagles make losing start at U-Under-20 AFCON as Bendel Insurance boosts their NPFL title credentials. We have details with Badi Adeleye on Sports Update.
Bendel Insurance are now 7 points clear atop the Group A standings of the Nigeria Premier Football League after edging out Enyimba International 1-0 in their matchday 9 clash in Benin on Sunday. Imadi Osareko's 23rd minute strike, his 6th of the season, was all the Benin Arsenal needed to record their 7th win of the season. In the other Group A game, Shooting Stars and Aqua United shared the spoils in a 4-goal thriller in Ibadan, with 2 more matches to be played on Monday and 1 on Wednesday. In Group B, Lobi Stars won 2-0 at home to Doma United. Niger Tornadoes beat Dakada 1-0 for their first win in 7 games. Sunshine Stars pipped Wiki Tourist by the same margin for their 4th win of the season, while Bayelsa United and Enugu Rangers settled for a 1-0 draw. On the continent, Nigerian champions Rivers United got their first win of the CAF Confederation Cup group stage as they recorded a comfortable 3-0 win over ASEC Mimosa of Cote d'Ivoire in their 2nd group game on Sunday, courtesy of goals from Malachi Oawume, Ukeme Williams and Dennis Ndasi. Meanwhile, the Nigeria Under-20 boys began their campaign at the ongoing Africa Under-20 Cup of Nations on a not too impressive note as they lost 1-0 to their Senegalese counterparts in their opening Group A game. The Flying Eagles will now face hosts Egypt in their 2nd group game on Wednesday. In the Premier League, Marcus Rashford backed a brace as Manchester United recorded a 3-0 victory over Kelechi Iheanacho's Leicester City at Old Trafford as Eric Ten Hag's men moved within 3 points of 2nd place. In the other game played Sunday, Tottenham climbed to 4th on the log following a 2-0 win over relegation-threatened West Ham United. With Sports Update, Bade Adeleye, NTA News.
And President Muhammadu Buhari joins friends, family of the Oshile of Okiono Egbaland Oba Adedapo Adewale Tejosho in celebrating his 85th birthday. In congratulatory message, President Buhari felicitates with the government and people of Ogun State for having a leader who has diligently provided strong and visionary leadership, with many testifying of his broad-mindedness and charity as well as wisdom. He extols the royal father for looking after the poor and underprivileged, as well as creating a legacy of brother's keeper in his domain. And that ends the news from here in Abuja, as I hand over the baton to Jennifer Igwe in Lagos for the last lap of Newsline.
Thank you, Claire. Now to Newsline proper. It is common assumption that men are less likely than their spouses to remember basic details about their children. There are certain dimensions to this assumption. Amaka Owo, who spoke to some Lagos residents, has details.
It takes a man and a woman to run a home, but some believe that most women usually have better recall of details about their homes. I decided to find out from the male folk how true this is.
I'll be honest, I don't know all the details. I don't know. I have to sit down, think, okay, my first son's birthday will be March 2nd. Then my daughter will be maybe December 2nd. So I just have to sit down and think.
I do remember some, but I don't remember all. And in fact, I think I do a better job in that than my spouse.
Why does it seem that women are likely to be in the know about their homes, especially children?
We like to keep details of everything about our family and people that are close to us. We just love to make sure that everyone is okay around us and no one is left out emotionally.
Because our own department is to watch and take care of the children. This is the fourth child. For all my children, I know their dates and I know their hours that I give birth to them.
She gets home before me. She had enough time to relax. She had enough time to go to school and pick up the children. They are always together.
I had an encounter with this couple, Mr. and Mrs. Adetibere. This time, the reverse is the case.
She calls me an elephant. I don't forget this.
For these respondents, ability to recall details go beyond gender differences.
I would say it all depends on the kind of connection, the bond you create with your family.
Those dates and details come handy sometimes, and especially in some cases of emergency. You need such information.
Experts provide psychological dimension and consequences to this assumption.
If a home is calm, where everybody check on everybody, mark each other person's birthday, check on homeworks and assignments, all those things, the child grows up to radiate those things. But where it's not happening, the child won't be happy and it will affect their self-esteem. Because among their peers, you see them withdrawing, isolating self.
In all, experts say both parents need to have knowledge about their children and family.
I agree, both parents need to be involved. But you know that if you do like a quiz and you put the mother and the father, most times fathers have a way of not remembering so many things, not like the mom. Now, everyone is born with a blood type that includes O, A, B, and AB. Most people also know that blood type comes with positive or negative. Now, do you know a woman's blood type can affect her fertility and influence her chances of getting pregnant? Elizabeth Ewuga brings us details.
Blood type, also known as blood group, is a classification of blood based on the presence and absence of antibodies and inherited antigenic substances on the surface of red blood cells. The most common blood types are A, B, AB, and O. Experts say every individual blood type is determined by the genes inherited from parents. So we ask, do you know your blood type?
You know, I haven't checked on it. Genotype was that there is AA, there is, I'm not A, is it AC or something like that?
Yes. I haven't checked it.
My blood group is O+.
Do you also know the consequences of not knowing your blood type?
It's important for people to know their blood type because for you to safely transfuse blood, you need to give the appropriate type of blood. There are so many reasons why people need transfusions, some not even planned. People are involved in road traffic accidents, they are unconscious, they bring them here, you have to type the person's blood.
Ruth Eta, a lawyer and mother of 3, is rhesus negative.
Family of 7, all of us are O negative.
and the women, we are 5 women in that family. And I can tell you that all the 5 women, we all have 3 children at the list. So we have, because we all went through this process of the checks, regular checks during pregnancy, to be sure that you're not exposed, you and your baby are not exposed, and if there's any exposure, they give you the injection. And also immediately after each delivery, you also are given the injection.
Other women, not as lucky as Ruth, may just keep losing pregnancies without tracing it to this biological factor. And this can be very devastating to expectant couples.
Because if you're O negative, you need to really take this seriously and make sure you follow through what the medical people have provided. Otherwise, you'll find yourself either calling your mother a witch.
A young lady who's like a friend of mine in town here, I met her at the time she had lost 2 pregnancies. She was going to a village, which I would not mention now, to give birth. And after her second, she had 2 stillbirths, actually. After the second stillbirth, she told me, she said, "Auntie, I know it's my mother-in-law, and I won't go back. I will have if I get pregnant again, I will give birth in town, in Abuja here." And she went to a primary healthcare center around Dawaki, where they discovered she had the rhesus negative type. She has a baby. The baby is about a year old now.
Amina has lost 7 pregnancies in 10 years. She obviously did not know she was suffering from rhesus incompatibility until she was enlightened.
And it occurs in women that have the negative blood rhesus type. So you have a woman who's O negative, for example, and whose husband is maybe A positive. She has a fetus, carrying a fetus who is maybe A positive. Now what happens is, for certain reasons, there are certain reasons why the mother's blood and the fetus's blood may mix. For example, miscarriage, abortion. So the positive blood goes into the maternal circulation. The mother's immune system recognizes this baby's blood as foreign and produces antibodies, these fighter cells, against the baby's cells.
What is the level of awareness?
Rhesus factor, is it a medical stuff or it's a metaphor? I don't understand.
I think that is a deadly disease.
Rhesus factor, I don't know. I'm not aware.
Although treatment is available to prevent complications, experts say this does not come cheap.
Available, yes. Affordability is relevant. Most study has indicated that the reason why most people don't go for it is because of the cost. So again, I say it's relevant because it depends on the status of the individual coming for such treatment. But that is needed, yes.
To prevent, there's an injection which a woman can have in pregnancy around 28 weeks, then 34 weeks, and then post-delivery, within 72 hours, they should have these injections. One injection costs about between 20 and 50,000. So it's not everybody that can afford that. Yeah.
How can those in need be supported?
I'm aware that there are some hospitals that offer free antenatal care. So if they can either subsidize significantly or even make it free of charge. There are not so many. The rhesus negative type is not so common.
NEMA is there. We have the competency. So I would say again that this is the time for Nigerians to actually look inward. Most of the time we think government should carry out responsibility.
The bottom line is, it is very important for people to know their blood type. And for women, experts say, the earlier they know their rhesus status, the better for proper care and management during and after pregnancy.
Education is key indeed. And you heard her. The earlier you know your status, the better for you. And I think foundations can also help make it affordable for those who cannot afford to pay. Now, Sokoto, the seat of the Caliphate, is known for scholarships. It has produced many prominent figures, including the first executive president of Nigeria, Alhaji Shehu Usman Aliyu Shagari. It is therefore surprising to hear that there are families who still do not believe in Western education. Usman Mohammed Binji has the story of the first graduate in an extended family in Sokoto.
This is Nafio Aliyu, a fresh graduate from Hausa Department of Sokoto State University. His dream of becoming a graduate started in 2001 when he enrolled into Marafadan Baba Nizamiya Primary School, Sokoto. He joined his peers in the school without the consent of his father, who detests Western education. Nafio got the nod from his mother and uncle. On one fateful day, his father got to know about his schooling and summoned him and registered his displeasure as well as distanced himself from Western education. The father considers Western education as a sin against God. The reaction of Nafiu's father had earlier made him lose interest in schooling, but later he continued because of the support from his mother.
My father told me he has not interest for the Western education. I asked him that why. He said Western education come with bad behaviors in our cultures, like mixing male and female, alcoholism, and other bad behaviors in our cultures.
After his primary and secondary education, Nafiu proceeded to Shehu Shagari College of Education, Sokoto, for a National Certificate of Education. Nafiu's struggle continued, and in 2016, he was employed as casual cleaner at Sokoto State University. This made his desire for further education grew, and in 2018, he got admission into undergraduate 200 level in the Department of Nigerian Languages. Presently, Nafiu has graduated.
He's very intelligent. If our lecturer gives us assignment, I will meet him and ask him.
Nafiu, he is very dedicated. He's always reading.
He passed all his exams from 200 level, 300 level, and 400 level. He never got an F in his course.
NTA News was able to speak to Nafiu's father, Malam Aliyu Maitaya, who doesn't enroll his children in school for Western education. Aliyu Maitaya said he has 7 children, and out of the extended family, only Nafiu went to school for Western education. Although he is happy with Nafiu's feat, he insisted that what parents need to ensure is Quranic education for their children before any other school.
Domin haka mu muna horashe mu da cewa ba su hana mai bokon ba. Domin shina inganta da rayuwa, amma da mu fara sanin abin da Allah halicce mu domin shi. Domin Allah ya halicce ka don ka bauta mishi, to ya za ka bauta mishi sai ka san za ka bauta mishi. Saboda haka ban damu da cewa ya yi boko ba ta da na sai da yin wani ciki domin ƙarin ci gaba na ba ci baya ba.
On its part, Sokoto State Universal Basic Education Board received Nafiu's news with amazement, blaming the parent action on the wrong perception of Western education in northern Nigeria.
We will find out the reality of things, then we'll know how to tackle the situation and probably extend it to see whether there are many other extended family or some segment of people that still don't allow any member of their family to attend Western education.
Education has benefits, and you can also give your children Quranic education and at the same time let them have Western education. Time for a break. We have more interesting stories when we return.
Please pay attention. It starts from the foundation. Everybody needs somebody. You turn a blind eye and care nothing less. Say it's just business, all about the money. You are so unbothered as long as they pay. Say it's just business, all about the money. You know they're on a fast lane, but you've got business to run. So you look away the other way. It concerns you. It a kill all, it a kill dreams. It a land people for jail. War against drug abuse.
Every day, life presents hopes, dreams, and challenges. Challenges that can become successes with a little help. Because a little help can empower you to go from despair to celebration. A little help can keep you going until the race is won. A little help can turn bundles of anxiety into a bundle of joy. And with Glow Data, you get much more than just a little help. You get the biggest data deals in town to make every day glow with small wins and big wins. Dial *777# to select your Glow Data plan.
Great people of our land, did you know that the APC government has undertaken housing projects in 34 states, completing more than 13,000 homes across 9 states? Did you know that the APC government has never failed in its obligations to states and local governments with their due allocations, with schools feeding of our children, survival fund for SMEs, and payment of pensions, among many others, including the ease of doing business agenda? You must know that we are peerless in citizens' care, for history says we are the best in social welfare. Now, as we stand at this dawn of light, let us move forward with renewed hope. Let's elect Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu and Senator Kashim Shettima as President and Vice President to birth the greater Nigeria of our collective dreams.
This message is brought to you by the National Working Committee of the APC.
APC Progress!
The Industrial Training Fund, ITF, in collaboration with the Federal Ministry of Industry, Trade and Investment, cordially invite the general public to the official closing ceremony of the National Industrial Skills Development Program, NISDP. His Excellency, Right Honorable Barrister Simon Bakola Long, CON, the Executive Governor of Plateau State, will be the special guest of honor, while the Minister of Industry, Trade and Investment, Otumba Richard Adeni Adebayo, and the Minister of State for Industry, Trade and Investment, Ambassador Miriam Yalwaji Katagum, will be distinguished guest of honor. The Director General and Chief Executive of Industrial Training Fund, Sir Joseph N. Ari, will be the chief host. Date, Tuesday, 21st February 2023. Venue, ITF Multipurpose Hall, Headquarters Complex, Jos. Time, 10 a.m. Invited guests are expected to be seated by 9:30 a.m. ITF, developing the nation's human resource. Announcer, ITF Management.
I'm about to serve better breakfast.
If you're in Lagos, you need to see this.
I'm not just streaming content, I'm just escaping traffic.
Get more data to enjoy exclusive content. Dial *141# now.
Parental, the smartphone network.
Hey, Charles.
It's so hot, Auntie. You'll get used to it.
What's the big deal? It's just a cereal.
Just a cereal? You're talking about something that has helped thousands of Niger farmers provide for their families for decades. This cereal, we have enjoyed it for so long. It's part of our history.
Is that you?
And it's packed with the energy and nutrition that I know my family needs every day. That's why Golden Morn is so special to us. You get it?
Keep enjoying Nigeria's favorite breakfast cereal, fortified with Grain Smart, a special combination of iron and vitamins to help your family make every day golden.
I get it now.
Nestle. Good food, good life.
Welcome back. Now, what comes to your mind when you hear Valentine's Day? Love, I'm sure? Yes, you're right. Annie Daniels is set to tell us how some Lagosians celebrated Valentine's Day with a clearer knowledge.
Love, love, and more love is the desire of everyone, and Valentine's Day availed the world that opportunity.
Of course, normally you're supposed to show love every other day, but then Valentine makes it special because some men and some women, let me not be, they don't, they are not used to buying gifts for their partners, on a normal day. So at least this Valentine helps them.
When you are living together, there is no problem, nothing. You have to appreciate and thank God for that.
In this shop are gifts that depict love. They include chocolates, flower bouquets, wines, teddy bears, and other items that show love.
People are yearning to see fresh flowers because it's rare. Most times you see artificial flowers. So when you give them the flower, they feel loved, they feel cherished.
Many did not allow challenges affect their plans. They made the best of the day.
Someone asked us to come and do this. It's got money, it's got champagne, it's got beautiful flowers. Nigerian men are really trying. They are very, very, very romantic and nice. Look at the bed. We had to put fresh flowers there, and that's another package there. So thank you to Nigerian men. I think they're doing very, very well, making we women happy.
So I ask, how many people actually know the true meaning of Valentine's Day?
I cannot explain. No.
Heard about it, Father or Saint Valentine. I didn't really go deep into it because personally for me, I really did not take this Valentine thing so seriously.
The soldiers were forbidden to marry so that they would be able to concentrate on their military duties. But unfortunately, some of them were, while not being married, they were engaging in immoral behavior. So what Valentine did was to correct that error by secretly wedding the soldiers, some of the soldiers. So when the authorities found out, he was arrested, tried, and then put to death.
Monsignor John Anyago offers advice on how to celebrate Valentine's Day to the fullest without distorting its true meaning.
Going to a party is not necessarily evil if you don't do evil things there. Those who have any cash at all should reach out to those who have none.
So, go out and keep loving. The opportunity is still there. Oh, how I love this beautiful teddy bear. Take it as a gift from me to you.
Fake gift that we never got. Now, we should not just do Valentine's Day on 14th of February or wait till it's one particular day, but it should be something that should be all year round, always, especially agape love. Now, love is a universal language intended for both young and old. Valentine's Day is also a celebration for all, regardless of age, race, and religion. In this report, Nkiru Onyejesi takes us to Abonena community in Akuku-Toru local government area of Rivers State, where a non-governmental organization treated the elderly to a unique Valentine's Day celebration.
Valentine is a time to share love to people you love and to people around you too. And we are just coming from where we went to share love.
Let's say, not as if that we have not been showing love since. Today is just a special day. You can still do some extraordinary things.
Valentine means different things to different people and is celebrated in different ways. However, Valentine's Day, also called St. Valentine's Day or Feast of St. Valentine, which is celebrated annually 14 February to honor and celebrate love amongst lovers and couples. A version of history states it originated as Christian feast day honoring a mother named Valentine. Through later folk traditions, it has become a significant cultural and social celebration. But should love be celebrated only among young people or lovers?
Young people, old people need love as part of their everyday existence.
Since love is a universal language, the elderly in Abunimak community in Akokutoro local government area of Rivers State had a taste of fun synonymous with Valentine as they experienced love and atmosphere of dance party on Valentine's Day. The senior citizens who were overwhelmed with the show of love had this to say.
I thank her well. Make she continue. God will give her more life, more long life to help us.
I'm so enjoying it. So please, let God be with her. To helping us like this, we the old men.
To spice up the party for the elderly, they were treated to lunch, games and Valentine's gifts that will remain indelible in their minds.
We need to show love and care to the elderly. Take time and visit them. Honestly, they won't want you to go. They will give you stories and tell you so many things that you would ordinarily not hear around. Now, he was born with a silver spoon, and throughout his life journey, he has been affecting lives of many who have come in contact with him. As he clocked 70, it's not surprising that he has decided to make available his silver spoon to others as his own way of adding value to more lives. Wondering who I'm talking about? Then listen to Annie Daniels.
The 70th birthday celebration of Senator Adeleke Olaronimbe Mamora, Minister of Science, Technology and Innovation.
Because he's a jolly good fellow, and then he has acquired enormous experience, which Nigeria should benefit from.
And here he comes, elated and full of life. Senator Adeleke Olaronimbe Mamora is a medical doctor by training, one-time Speaker of the Lagos State House of Assembly and former senator representing Lagos East Senatorial District.
69 and 70.
Attaining the good age of 70 in good health and prosperity is not an easy feat at all.
Madam has a role to play in that by taking good care of him. And it's a reflection of the kind of man. He's a very peaceful man. He's never agitated over anything. He does his work conscientiously.
He has not done the first 70. He's going to go do the second 70 because 140 years is what is written in the Bible.
And we are happy with him. We are proud of him. And his antecedents, speak volumes for him.
We wish him good health, many more decades, and of course in the service of fatherland.
To keep his dreams and legacy alive, the senator unveiled his endowment, the Mamora Education and Leadership Foundation, to cater to the needs of indigent students in the society, including a book that offers a glimpse into the life of ever-calm Senator Adeleke Olaronimbe Mamora.
Whatever goal you seek to achieve, you are putting some work, you are putting prayer, then oftentimes, if not all the time, God will perfect your heart desires. So those are the things that, push me on in terms of my approach and attitude, and believing that, look, a kind of doability spirit. That is, I feel that, look, given the endowments that God has given me, I can do all things.
We know each other for a long time. He's a nice man, very nice man. I wish, by the grace of God, long life and prosperity.
There were best wishes from Nigeria's President, Muhammadu Buhari, and the Vice President, Professor Yemi Osinbajo. The event had no dull moment.
Happy birthday. To another celebration. It is a moment of celebration and thanksgiving in honor of the renowned tax administrator, goal-getter, and one who has transformed the tax administration of the country. Of course, who but the executive chairman, Federal Inland Revenue Service, Mohammed Mamman Nami. Expectedly, sportsmen put up a competition by Stallone Squash Club to celebrate their own at 55 years. Haruna Mohammed captured the event and now reports.
In a conducive, relaxed evening set aside to celebrate one of their own, a tax guru and the executive chairman, Federal Inland Revenue Service, Mohammed Mamman Nami, at year 55 through the game of squash. Into the four-square court of one division Stallone Squash Club in a double and singles compete between the veterans and young stars. The in-house competition is in honor of their team member who is on the driver's seat of tax administration in the country. They described him as an inspiration and motivator, while onlookers were served refreshments.
It's a milestone. He's one of us, a very good member here, who we are all very proud of.
We feel so happy, so elated, and as a family, we have come together to celebrate what Allah has done for him in his life.
02/02/1968 is a very special day, month, and year for me. And I'm truly happy that friends and well-wishers are celebrating the 55 years of Muhammad Nami.
I wish him success in all his endeavor and the tax he is carrying. We pray for him to succeed.
He's a father, he's a mentor and a role model, and I'm looking up to him, and we thank Almighty Allah.
My wish for him is to have a very sound prosper in life.
Awards were presented to teams, players, and individuals who distinguished themselves.
I would say keep up the good work. Now, still to come, while we need to be deliberate and careful about domestic staff. Stay tuned.
Solution for we country, man. Food go ya food for we nation. Naija go up, Waki go bubble. Article we don't go out. Our country go safe again.
Vote who get recovery plan for Nigeria. Vote Atiku and Okowa 2023.
PDP. Power to the people.
My guy, my brother, my blood. E no get waiting fall from sky, we ground no fit carry. We have been through a lot, and we still stand strong. If you remember, together we overcame monsters, battled the darkness, and even survived loss. But we became unbreakable, unstoppable. So guy, shake off the bad vibe. Face the world with your full chest. Because this life, forget, you and me, now we go run out.
Hello, madam. Would you like to join us on this mission?
Yes, but how?
Just one question. How do you keep your toilet clean?
I use regular detergent and bleach for washing and removing yellow stains. I have been using it for years.
Madam, the regular detergents and bleach are used for washing clothes.
To disinfect your toilet, you need Harpic 10X. It is specially made for germs and stains removal. Harpic sticker formula settles on stains and gives 10 times better cleaning.
Wow! Now I'm convinced. telling for.
Really?
Yeah.
The next house is yours.
You clean your teeth every morning, but that fresh breath feeling just doesn't last. The answer? Easy. You keep your teeth strong and healthy and give your mouth long-lasting fresh breath with new Oral-B 2-in-1 toothpaste. It helps strengthen your teeth and gives you long-lasting fresh breath.
So fresh, still fresh, and still fresh.
Stay strong, stay fresh. New Oral-B toothpaste for strong teeth and long-lasting fresh breath.
Great people of our land, now as we stand at the dawn of light, did you know that out of the resourcefulness of our spirits, the APC government is leveraging sukuk bonds and tax credit schemes to deliver over 40 critical roads and bridges across the nooks and crannies of our cities, including the iconic Second Niger Bridge. Oh, it must be told that we are building more seaports and airports. We are opening up more towns and communities across the geopolitical zones to more economic prosperity. Now, as we stand at this dawn of light, let us move forward with renewed hope. Let's elect Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu and Senator Kashim Shettima as President and Vice President to birth the greater Nigeria of our collective dreams.
This message is brought to you by the National Working Committee of the APC.
APC Progress!
Looking fresh for your date? Get even fresher with Close Up. New Close Up Triple Fresh formula. It cleans deeply, fights 99% of bacteria, and cools intensely, keeping you protected and fresh.
Protected and fresh. Protected and fresh.
Let's take a picture.
Protected and fresh.
Still fresh, still protected.
Feeling cool and protected.
All day confidence to get close.
Oh yeah, take it close up, close.
New Close Up Triple Fresh formula.
Lifted to eternal rest, the angel called Mama, aka Iyarere, born December 12, 1935, and slept in the Lord on January 16, 2023, at 87 years. The family of late Adanigbo of Owo, Chief Adebayo Adene, announced the departure to eternal glory of her mother, grandmother, great-grandmother, sister, aunt, and cousin Olabisi Agbeke Adene, aka Iyarere, on January 16, 2023, in the United States of America. A deep sense of loss we feel, but great gratitude we give to God Almighty for a magnificent, gentle soul, Iyarere, a life well lived. Your love and relentless service to church and God was who you were. She was an agent of love, gentle giver of comfort amongst all the superb, adorable hearts she wore. Mama, you will be immensely missed. Olabisi Agbeke Adene, Omo Ego Mefa, Okan Shekeje, Omoliwo, Sunreo. Funeral arrangement to follow soon. Adieu, Iyarere. Announcer, the Adene family.
My home, and Lord, what will I do?
Thanks for staying on the line. Empathetic people are said to be able to understand how others feel and how their words and actions can affect others. This confirms that emotional intelligence is an essential skill for healthcare providers. But sadly, the story of late Precious Agindi, a 300-level student of the University of Calabar, portrays lack of emotional commitment by those who should have given her succor during her trying moments. Achibong Bassi, who has been following the case in Calabar, brings us update.
It is the hope of students and parents that upbringing and fending for children will enable the children become self-independent and possibly give support to the parents in return. And so for a student who had undertaken the challenges of contemporary society to 300 level, but could not live to reap the fruits of her studies and upbringing is really sad and confusing. This is why the death of Ms. Precious Agindi, a third-year student of the Department of Library and Information Science, is one which has sparked strong emotions among students of the institution.
A child who has not reported of any illness, all of a sudden, you just got a news that he's late. When your child is even sick and is in the hospital, you know that, oh, he has been attending to medications, receiving medications, and then finally gave up. And this one, they will just call you at the moment and say, your daughter is dead.
Chief Medical Director Dr. Kaiser Ita says the death of the deceased had nothing to do with the rumored ruptured appendicitis, as her appendix was found at autopsy to be intact.
Even the person is going to die, how you handle the person while he or she is dying is also important. It speaks a lot to the family about, your values, about, your standards.
Although the panel of inquiry set up by management of the institution had absolved those on duty of any professional negligence, they have, however, been placed on 3-month suspension for lack of empathy and psychological support, and especially for demanding money for card, which is against the policy of the center, while attending to patients in critical condition.
While life and death are both in God's hands, management of the university strongly believe that it is our responsibility to do our best at our respective duty posts to offer the service of care both professionally and emotionally, considering the quest for excellence as an academic institution.
The late student was laid to rest in her hometown, Obe Nanif, in Kwande local government area of Benue State.
Sad indeed. May her dear soul rest in peace. We'll take our last break. We'll be back.
Hey, Charles. It's so hot, Auntie. You'll get used to it. What's the big deal? It's just a cereal. Just a cereal? You're talking about something that has helped thousands of Niger farmers provide for their families for decades. This cereal, we have enjoyed it for so long. It's part of our history. Is that you? And it's packed with the energy and nutrition that I know my family needs every day. That's why Golden Morn is so special to us. You get it?
Keep enjoying Nigeria's favorite breakfast cereal fortified with Grain Smart, a special combination of iron and vitamins to help your family make every day golden.
I get it now.
Nestle. Good food, good life.
When times are tough, we know that as a mother, one thing you should never compromise on is your family's oral health, because they deserve the best. Oral-B, all-round protection. It's great value. It protects your mouth from harmful bacteria and also protects you against tooth holes and gum problems, which can lead to tooth loss. It strengthens your family's teeth and gives them all-round protection. So remember, protect their future. Oral-B for healthier, stronger teeth in just 1 week.
Human resource.
When life gets busy, you can always rely on GoTV to make things a little easier. Upgrade to the next package and we'll boost you to a higher package for free. GoTV. Love it.
great people of our land at the dawn of light, did you know that while our gallant men were fighting off bandits and insurgents, we were also laying a solid foundation for the infrastructure revolution to spark the growth of our economy? Did you know that the revolution stops not with infrastructure? Now we reap harvests of progress in agriculture with more than 4 million farmers anchored to the Anchor Borrower Scheme for 23 diverse cultivations, with fertilizer revolution, rice revolution, export revolution, as we now grow what we eat and eat what we grow. Now, as we stand at this dawn of light, let us move forward with renewed hope. Let's elect Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu and Senator Kashim Shettima as President and Vice President to birth the greater Nigeria of our collective dreams.
This message is brought to you by the National Working Committee of the APC.
APC Progress!
Mommy, it is time for us not to leave this place.
One of your earrings is missing.
No one will find it.
I'm not willing to take that chance.
Have a big plan, Mommy.
What do you want?
I want a senior position at Dubai. If anything happens to me, go through the content of this envelope and check every single thing.
It's done. No one will ever find out the truth.
Say you know say na offense it be to do 2 or more business with 2 or more banks with the intention to avoid the duty of reporting the business arrangee. And if you no agree to tell the authority people, na crime. Say you know say the law for Obodo Naija talk say person or corporate body must report any transfer of money to Naija or from Naija wey pass $10,000 to SCUMUL, CBN and Security and Exchange Commission in writing inside 1 day from the day wey una start the business. The report must show the nature and the amount wey you wan transfer, plus the name and address of the person wey go receive the money. SCUMUL tanda gidigba to protect Nigerian business area. This message na from the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, EFCC.
Thank you for staying with us all through. And no matter how the situation is now, remember there's always light at the end of the tunnel. So until we see again Sunday next week, don't forget that the fastest and easiest way to becoming a star is to connect with the NTA to stand against rape and rapists. Good night and God bless Nigeria.
Fellow Nigerians, God has once